Imagine waking up in space. You open your eyes, and instead of a bed, you're cocooned in a sleeping bag, floating gently against the wall of the International Space Station. There's no up or down, just the soft hum of life support systems, and the gentle drift of your body in microgravity. It's your first morning in orbit, and nothing feels quite the same. As you stretch, you notice something odd. You feel taller, and when you check, you've actually grown, sometimes by as much as 2 inches overnight. Freed from the constant pull of gravity, your spine decompresses, the vertebrae gently separating, and you stand, well, float, a little taller than you did on Earth. That's the reality for astronauts. In the absence of gravity, your body begins to change almost immediately. Your spine stretches, your posture relaxes, and you move in ways that would be impossible back home. Every movement feels new, as if you're learning to use your body all over again. But this is just the first of many changes. In microgravity, your brain loses its sense of up and down, and your inner ear, which helps you balance on Earth, suddenly can't tell which way is which. This confusion leads to space adaptation syndrome, a kind of space motion sickness that affects most astronauts in their first days. Your inner ear sends mixed signals to your brain, and your eyes see a world where any surface can be a floor or a ceiling. The result? Nausea, dizziness, and headaches are common as your brain works overtime to make sense of this new environment. It's like being seasick, but in every direction at once. Meanwhile, fluids in your body begin to shift. Without gravity pulling them down, about 2 liters of fluid move from your legs to your head. Your face feels puffy, your legs look thinner, and you might even feel congested. Astronauts call this puffy head, bird leg syndrome. This fluid shift doesn't just change your appearance, it can make you feel stuffy, like you have a cold, and it even affects your sense of taste. Foods you loved on Earth might taste bland or different, and spicy or strongly flavored foods become favorites among astronauts. Your body, designed for life on Earth, is suddenly out of its element. Every movement is a new experiment. Over the next few days, your brain adapts, the nausea fades, and you start to move with surprising grace, learning to float, twist, and turn in 3 dimensions. You anchor your feet to stay put, using special foot loops, and when you want to move, you push off gently, gliding effortlessly through the station. It's a dance that takes practice, but soon it feels natural, almost like flying. But as you settle in, deeper changes begin. Your bones start to lose calcium, your muscles begin to weaken, and even your DNA can be affected by the stresses of space. That's why daily exercise is essential. Astronauts spend hours each day working out to keep their bodies strong and healthy. The adventure of adaptation is just beginning. Every day brings new sensations, new challenges, and new discoveries about how your body copes with life beyond Earth. Every moment in orbit is a reminder. Your body is rewriting its own rules, adapting in ways you never imagined. You're not just exploring space, you're exploring what it means to be human in a place where the ordinary rules no longer apply. Welcome to your first day in space. The journey of transformation has only just begun. On Earth, gravity is a constant companion, quietly shaping our bodies every moment of every day. Whether we're walking, running, or simply standing upright, our muscles and bones are always working against gravity's pull, keeping us strong and stable. Even the simplest daily activities, climbing stairs, carrying groceries, or doing chores, force our bodies to resist gravity, building and maintaining muscle and bone strength without us even realizing it. But in the weightlessness of space, that ever-present resistance disappears. Astronauts float effortlessly, and the muscles that once worked so hard on Earth suddenly have little to do. Legs and back muscles in particular weaken rapidly from lack of use, and the body begins to adapt to this new environment in ways that can be dangerous. Without regular targeted exercise, astronauts can lose up to 20% of their muscle mass in just a few months, a dramatic decline that can leave them weak and unprepared for the demands of returning to gravity, or for exploring other worlds. That's why exercise isn't just recommended on the International Space Station, it's absolutely mandatory. Astronauts dedicate about 2 hours every single day to intense physical activity, using specialized equipment designed for zero gravity. Special treadmills, stationary bikes, and resistance machines are engineered to mimic the effects of gravity, providing the force needed to keep muscles and bones healthy. These devices are crucial for simulating the weight-bearing activities our bodies need. Bones suffer as well. Without the impact and stress of walking or running, bone density drops at a rate of up to 1.5% per month, especially in vulnerable areas like the hips and spine. This loss is much faster than what most people experience on Earth, even in old age. Lost bone is extremely difficult to regain, and the calcium released into the bloodstream can increase the risk of painful kidney stones, a serious medical issue in the isolated environment of space. For future Mars explorers, this is a critical concern. After months in microgravity, astronauts will need to walk, climb, and work on the Martian surface. Fragile bones and weak muscles could put their missions, and their lives, at risk. The silent decay of muscle and bone is one of the greatest threats faced by anyone who ventures beyond Earth. It's a challenge that requires constant vigilance and effort. Every workout in space is more than just a routine. It's a fight to keep your body ready for the challenges of gravity, whether on Earth or another planet. In space, staying strong is a daily battle, demanding discipline, determination, and the will to push through fatigue and discomfort. The cost of neglect isn't just temporary weakness, it's a risk to survival, a price no astronaut can afford to pay. In the unique environment of microgravity, your heart's job gets easier. Fluids that are normally pulled down by gravity on Earth begin to shift upward, redistributing throughout the body. This means that more blood and other fluids move toward the chest, head, and upper body, causing a noticeable change in how astronauts look and feel. Faces often appear puffy and legs become thinner, a phenomenon sometimes called bird legs. With less effort needed to pump blood against gravity, the heart doesn't work as hard as it does on Earth. Over time, this reduced workload can have surprising effects on the cardiovascular system. The heart muscle can actually shrink and become more spherical, adapting to its lighter workload. This is a remarkable example of how the body changes to fit its environment, but it comes with a cost. When astronauts return to Earth's gravity, their cardiovascular system is suddenly challenged again. Many feel dizzy, lightheaded, or even faint as their bodies struggle to readjust to the demands of gravity. The heart and blood vessels need time to recover their strength and function. That's why daily exercise in space is absolutely crucial, not just for maintaining muscles and bones but also to keep the heart strong and resilient. Specialized equipment allows astronauts to run, cycle, and lift weights, simulating the effects of gravity as much as possible. Meanwhile, the same fluid shift that affects the heart also increases pressure inside the skull, pushing on the eyes and optic nerve. This can lead to a range of vision problems that are unique to space travelers. The increased pressure can flatten the eyeball and alter its shape, causing vision changes, a condition known as spaceflight-associated neuroocular syndrome, or SANS. Astronauts may notice their vision becoming blurry or distorted. Many astronauts become farsighted while in space, needing reading glasses for the first time. For some, these changes persist even after returning to Earth, and their vision never fully recovers. The exact cause of these vision changes is still a mystery, and it's one of the top medical concerns for planning longer missions to the Moon or Mars. Scientists are working hard to understand and prevent these effects. If an astronaut's vision degrades too much, it could make critical tasks, like reading instructions, operating equipment, or responding to emergencies, much more difficult, or even impossible. The body's response to microgravity is complex and often unpredictable. Every astronaut's experience is a little different, and researchers are still learning how to protect human health in space. Every system in the body is affected by spaceflight, and some of these changes may be permanent. The long-term effects are still being studied, especially as missions get longer and more ambitious. Spaceflight is a test of adaptation at every level, pushing the limits of human physiology and our ability to thrive beyond our home planet. Space isn't as sterile as it seems. Your immune system gets confused and disoriented in orbit, facing unique challenges. Some defenses weaken, while others overreact, leaving astronauts more vulnerable to illness and infection than on Earth. Dormant viruses can reactivate and chronic inflammation is common, making recovery even more difficult in microgravity. Space radiation compounds the problem, damaging cells and increasing the long-term risk of cancer for astronauts. Protecting the immune system is absolutely critical, especially for long-duration deep space missions far from Earth. Scientists are developing better shielding, improved nutrition, and advanced medications to help astronauts stay healthy. In space, your body's defenses are always on the line, tested by the harshest environment known to humanity. The psychological challenge of space is as real as the physical one. Imagine a year in a small, isolated habitat, far from home, with the same crew every day. The view of Earth is breathtaking, but the separation is profound. Astronauts manage stress with strict schedules, personal time, and strong team dynamics. Crew selection focuses on compatibility and resilience, not just technical skill. Future Mars missions will demand even more autonomy and mental strength. In space, teamwork and mental health are mission critical. NASA's twin study gave scientists a unique chance to compare astronaut Scott Kelly in space with his identical twin Mark on Earth. They tracked everything: DNA, gene expression, microbes, and more. Scott lost bone and muscle, but the real surprises were molecular. His telomeres, chromosome caps that usually shorten with age, actually lengthened in space, then shortened rapidly after return. Over 1,000 genes changed activity in orbit. Most returned to normal, but some space genes stayed altered for months. These changes affected immunity, DNA repair, and bone formation. the study revealed how deeply spaceflight rewires the body. It's a roadmap for future research and risk reduction. The twin study showed that space leaves a lasting mark at every level. Understanding these changes is key to safe exploration. All this research points to one goal: sending humans safely to Mars. Mars missions will last years, pushing bodies and minds to the limit. Scientists are developing better exercise gear, nutrition, and drugs to protect astronauts. Radiation shielding is the biggest technical hurdle. Engineers are testing new materials and storm shelters. Genetic research may help select more resilient crews. Every ISS experiment is a step toward Mars. Growing food, managing stress, and keeping bodies strong. The shocking truth: space changes us, but it also reveals our adaptability. We're learning how to build a better astronaut and take humanity's next giant leap.